everyone, welcome to this week's session. So we're going to be focusing on balance today. I'm going to be teaching from a standing position, but you can also do this holding onto a chair or a kitchen worktop, a table, to give you that little bit more stability, and then you obviously can work your way up to doing it without the addition of something to grab onto. Okay, so as always, just please listen to your body. Any pain, stop. It's here to challenge you but make you feel better, not make you feel worse. Okay, any dizziness, again, please stop. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to get in touch. Okay, so just give ourselves a little shake off. Grab a drink nearby if you need it. Don't feel like you have to wait. Have a drink whenever you need to. So we're taking those feet hip distance apart. Give our toes a little wiggle and a stretch. And just ground yourself into the floor with a soft bend in knee. Focusing on the breath in through the nose. And then we're breathing out through the mouth like we're blowing out a candle. Breathing in through the nose. And then breathing out, blow out that candle. Inhale, this time take your shoulders up to your ears. And on the exhale, let's just relax and drop them down. And again, inhale up. And then exhale, drop. Leave those shoulders nice and heavy. Take a breath in through the nose. And then breathing out through the mouth. Repeat again. Inhale, tall. And this time on the out breath, let's try and engage those core muscles. So belly button to spine, yeah? Inhale, grow high. And again, exhale, tightening that belt. Belly button to spine. Inhale, release a little bit and grow tall. And again, breathing out. So we're zipping up that pelvic floor, those high-waisted jeans. Inhale, grow tall. So that core engagement, as well as improving your posture, looking after your back, will improve your balance. Inhale. And exhale. Let's add on a head turn, breathing in. And then breathing out, look over one shoulder, belly button to spine still. Inhale to front. Over to the side, breathing out. Inhale forward. And again, keep the shoulders heavy, a little bit further this time with that look over your shoulder. Inhale, bring it back to center. And again, exhale, over we go. And then breathing in, bring yourself to face forward. On the exhale this time, we're just going to let our chin drop and have a really heavy head. Okay, so slight rounding in the top of the back. Close your mouth, open your mouth, and just breathe through your nose, okay? On the out breath, let your shoulders hang heavier. We still got that bend in our knee. Inhale and exhale. So just focusing on relaxing and stretching out those shoulders and the back of the neck. And then only if you feel comfortable. On the next exhale, let's roll our ear over towards one shoulder. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, over to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, roll. Breathing in. And breathing out. So just getting that circular motion, opening up the neck. And this time, let's pause with our head over to one side. So really feeling that opening, yeah, from earlobe down to your collarbone. Just relax it there, breathing in and out. Still got that soft bend in knee. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's add a little dip of the chin, so we're nodding the head. That's going to feel like a stretch more around the back of the neck, yeah? So let's do that 2 more times. And then change it to a shake of the head. And this time that wrapping sensation is more on the front of the neck. So I'm quite tight in my neck today. I think I'm holding a lot of tension. But don't worry, just working on yourself, trying to relax and work out those nooks, kinks in the muscles even. And then on the in-breath, chin to center. Exhale over to the side and pause. So I got a little bit of a knot here on this side today. So just really trying to work into that, letting myself relax over to one side, and then nodding, opening up a little bit more, okay? Yeah, and if you have got a little bit of pain or a little bit of tightness, just give yourselves a little rub little circular motion just to open up that muscle. And then change it to a shaking of the head. Once more. And then breathing in, bring that chin back to centre. Breathing out, core strength, lift the heavy head up, give your eyes a few blinks, wake yourself up, give yourself a little shake, okay? Right then, so let's just warm up the rest of that body now, because even though we're just doing balance, it's going to work the entire body, yeah? So just give ourselves a little wiggle, pop your fingertips on your collarbones, take a breath in, and then breathing out, let's do a nice big circle, inhale, exhale, corset, inhale, open, last one, inhale, extend, and then exhale, we're taking a beach ball up over our heads. Inhale, we're floating it down, okay? So nothing else is moving, soft bend your knee. Exhale, my ribs aren't flaring, literally my arms mobilizing. Inhale to lower, and again, breathing out. And breathing in. On the next one, we're going to go all the way around, okay? So breathing out, lift your heavy arms. Flip the palms out, inhale, take it wide and down. Palms up, exhale, belly button, through spine. And then inhale, lower in front. And again, exhale, float that beach ball. Flip, inhale, round we go down to the bum. Palms up, exhale, belly button to spine. Inhale, lower in front. Final one, breathing out. Inhale, exhale, up we go. And on the in breath this time, let's open up that heart, take your elbows slightly behind your chest, yeah, so you're stretching through. And then we're going to press the walls to stretch your forearms. Inhale, hang heavy. Breathing out, let's take it all the way up and round. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, press the walls. Let it hang heavy. Last one, breathing out. Inhale, open. Exhale, press. And then hanging heavy. Lovely stuff. Right then. Leave those arms hanging heavy. Increase those bends in knees. Get those knees back in line with those hips. And we're literally rotating through our waist, just warming up the middle of the body, warming up that spine. And just then those lead arms swing around us until we slow it down and come to a stop. Right then, fingertips on those hip bones. Let's lock those legs out. The only time we're going to do it just to warm up through the back of the body. Yeah, lift your toes for an even bigger stretch. We're taking a breath in, string is pulling you high. And on the exhale, belly button to spine to protect yourself. We're sticking our bottoms back with a straight tabletop back. And on the inhale, we're sweeping the hips forward. So exhale, bum back. Inhale, sweep it forward. So nice hip circles. And one more this way. So really stick those bottoms back. Try and get nice and low. Change directions. Let's do 6. And 5. You've got 4. And 3. So really look after that lower back with that core engagement. Last one, bring it back up to standing and increase that bending knee once more. Give yourselves a little shake out right then. So from here, let's start that balance work, okay? So take your feet back to hip distance apart if they've wandered off. And we're literally swaying from side to side, yeah? So just focusing on feeling the weight go from one foot over to the other. And then I want you to start trying to even out that weight. So stopping that sway and making it smaller until you come to a point where you have equal distribution of weight between those 2 feet. And your nose is directly between your toes, your belly button, you've got that string through the centre, lifting you up tall, okay? Right then, so we're in our nice equal balanced position. Let's take a breath in, string is pulling us high. And as we exhale, we're going to engage the core, transfer the weight onto one foot and tap the other toe out in front of us. Inhale, put that foot back where it was, and then exhale, tap the other one. Inhale, back to center. Okay, exhale, tap. Inhale, center. Let's do 3. So again, remember you can hold on to a wall or something. 2. And 1. Okay, so that's level 1. Feel free to say here. Otherwise, let's take it to level 2. So breathing out, we're lifting the knee to hip height and then bringing it back down. Okay, so from the side, we're lifting the knee, hip height, and then bringing it back down. Let's try that again. Breathing out. Inhale, lower. Last one of those little legs on their own. Let's grab the beach ball, do the arms at the same time. So we breathe out, we lift it high. Beach ball overhead. Inhale, back down. Other side. So keep the shoulders soft, away from the ears. Inhale, lower. And again, so that corset of muscles, what's going to help you, and also focusing on a spot that isn't moving. So you might find that looking at me helps, or focus on a light switch on the wall, a plug, anything that isn't moving. That's going to keep you with that straight vision. Corset is going to keep you from wobbling around. And even if you do wobble from side to side, just be patient with yourself, yeah? I have my off days, I'll probably have a wobble in a minute. Okay, let's add on an opening of the hip this time, okay? So we're going to do the same. Inhale, open the arms, take one leg out to the side. And then exhale, bring the leg back to the middle and your arms. Inhale, lower. And the side, we breathe out. Inhale, open it. Exhale, bring it back to center. And then inhale, down. And again. Open it up. Bring it back to center. Inhale, lower. If you're really struggling, you can keep your toe on the floor, lift. Inhale, open, because you're still opening that hip. Bring it back. And pop it down once more on each side. So breathing out. Inhale, open. Exhale, middle. And lower. Last one. Ooh, I almost went then. Bring it back. And pop it down. Give yourselves a little shake out. And remember, grab a drink if you need to. Okay, so we're going on to the next bit now. So a bit more balance work. I'll demonstrate from the side. We're going to do the same starting position. So breathing in, soft bend the knees. Breathing out, one leg is going to raise. And on the inhale, we're simply going to thread that leg behind us. I'm wobbling. And find a diagonal line, okay? Take a breath in on that lean. Hold it there, exhale. Inhale, lengthen those fingers and toes even further. And then breathing out, knee back in front. Inhale to lower. Let's do the same on the other side, yeah? So breathing out. Inhale, thread it. Get your leaning angle. Exhale, find the balance. Breathing in, stretch it further. And then breathing out in front. Inhale, back down, okay? So stick with that one if that feels challenging enough. My shoulders are burning as well, so it's a balanced one, but it's burning those shoulders and all those core muscles, okay? So from here, we're going to do the same thing. So inhale. On the exhale, we lift. Inhale, we thread the leg behind us as we just did. But this time, we're going to exhale and bring ourselves into a tabletop, okay? So I hope you can see as much as my body as you can. So we're reaching with our fingers and toes. Take a breath in. And then breathing out, we're bringing the knee back beneath us. Ooh, I'm almost going. And down in front, yeah? Same on the other side, okay? Maybe on an angle, you'll be able to see my fingers and toes. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in, so take that leg behind you. And then breathing out into a tabletop as much as you can. Inhale, lengthen the fingers. And then exhale, drive the knee back in front of you. Inhale, pop it down, okay? Let's do the same on each side once more. It makes you sweat. It looks easy, like you're floating, but it's harder. Well, let's do this. Take a breath in. And out. Inhale, thread the leg behind you. Exhale, get that balance. A slight bend in the supporting leg, yeah? A little bit wobbly in that ankle, that's fine, we're building strength. Inhale, lengthen your fingers and toes. And then breathing out, drive the knee in front. Inhale, back to the ground. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in, we thread. Breathing out, we get that balance. Point your fingers and toes, inhale. And then exhale, drive the knee underneath. Inhale, back down. Give yourselves a little shake out. I need a drink after that. Right then, so that's the main balance work, okay? So from there, if I was doing a pump session, I would take that into a lunge, yeah? And I do some lunges as well, but we're not doing that today. We'll save that for another day. We're doing balance today. All right then. So bringing yourself back to standing, soft bend in the knees. We're going to try some tree poses now. So we're doing yoga and Pilates today. All right then, let's take a breath in. And then breathing out, we're going to transfer the weight onto one side. Tap the toe in front. Inhale. Let's lift up those arms and bend the knee and lift the knee slightly, the foot slightly. Breathing out, let's take that hip, open it up. Foot is resting on the calf. Let's hold it there. Breathing out, take your arms back overhead. Palms together. And then inhale. Down to heart center. Hold it there. Breathing out, core. Inhale. Foot back down. Exhale. Give yourselves a little shake off. Let's do that on the other side, okay? Breathing in. Breathing out, transfer that weight. Tap the toe. Inhale, let's take the foot to the calf, arms overhead. And knee out to the side on the exhale. Ooh, I'm wobbling. As well as those arms. Breathing in. Take the hands back overhead. And out, hold it. Palms together. Inhale through to heart center, hold it there. Breathing in, back up tall, and then breathing out, take it down. Give yourselves a little shake. Well done, guys. Right then, just loosen up those lower backs a little bit. Let's, because even though looks like we weren't doing much, it's really demanding on the lower back. Okay, so we're going to do some roll ups and roll downs. From the side, soft bend in the knees. Inhale up high. On the exhale, tuck the chin, scoop the belly, and let the arms hang heavy as we roll ourselves down to the floor. Take a breath in. So don't worry if you don't touch the floor, just come down as far as you can. And then breathing out, glutes engaged, push through the heels, belly button to spine, stacking ourselves. Back up tall. Inhale, open up that heart. And again, so breathing out, tuck and scoop. We let the arms hang heavy. All the way down to the floor. Inhale at the bottom. And then exhale, pushing to the heels. Core engagement. We're going up, 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 up. Inhale, open up that heart. On the next one, we're going to stay down a little bit more. Open up the lower back. So increase the bend in knee if you need to, okay? So breathing in. Breathing out, coming into our ragdoll fold. So like I said, staying down a little bit longer. Oh, my back just clicked. And then let's stay in our ragdoll fold. So I literally want you to feel like a ragdoll. So from your hips, down your body, down your arms, you're like all floppy, floppy, floppy. Give yourselves a little shake out. Give your head a little shake out, okay? So try not to lift your head. Let it hang heavy to give your neck a little wiggle out. Take a breath in. Breathing out, can you get a little bit deeper? So get that chest a little bit closer to those legs. Give yourselves a shake. And then on the next out breath, we're going to take hold of opposite elbow so our arms are over our heads. That's going to give us a heavier weight, bringing us deeper into our fold. Inhale. And exhale, just relax into it.
And then only if you feel comfortable, let's sway it from side to side and feel that opening in the lower back a little bit more. Sway, ragdoll sway, slowing it down. And then bringing it back to center. And doing those arms, take a breath in. And then ever so slowly, push with the heels, engage the glutes, belly button to spine. We're literally stacking ourselves back up tall. Inhale at the top, open up your heart. And exhale. Well done, guys. Let's take those legs nice and wide. 10 pass and 10 2 with those toes. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, I forgot what I'm doing. On the inhale, we're going to scoop the floor. I was trying to think then. Do I breathe out or breathe in? We're going to inhale, scoop. And then exhale. Take it back up. So breathing in. And breathing out. Woo! Last one. Take it back up. All the way. Palms together. And then let's bring those feet back in line with your body. Intertwine your fingers. Turn the palms to the ceiling. Inhale. On the exhale, let's take it over to one side. Feel the stretch, hold it there. Inhale. Exhale all the way over to the side. Breathing in. And then breathing out, back to center. Last time. Palms together. Inhale. Thumb through to heart center. And well done. I hope you enjoyed and you found it challenging yet fun. Flick it off and take care. I shall see you soon. Bye bye.